Good morning, America. Family, friends, and anybody else that might be watching. So, I just kind of wanted to talk to you today about firearm lubrication. Um, so, I had a customer come in the other day, and he had a Glock 19, which is arguably one of the better handguns on the market for a long time now. And he was complaining that his Glock wasn't functioning correctly. It was jamming and this and that and the other. Well, come to find out, it was a Generation 1 Glock, so I asked him if he'd changed any of the springs in it because he bought it new in 85 or 86 or something like that. And he told me that he's barely shot it, so I said, okay. Well, he dropped it off at the club, and I took it apart and looked at it. Here's the thing. It was dry. There wasn't a drop of lubrication anywhere in the gun that I could find. And on top of all that, it was dirty, really dirty, like dirtier than a wet dog in a dust storm. It was dirty. So I cleaned it up, threw some lubrication on it, and went out and shot it, and it functioned flawlessly like it should. Ran like a sewing machine. So here's the catch. If you think your firearm doesn't need lubrication, you probably need to rethink firearms in general. It is a machine. It has moving parts that rub together on other moving parts. It's tantamount to you draining every last bit of oil out of your vehicle and seeing how long it'll run for. It doesn't have to be sopping wet, but you need to make sure that your places in the gun that need to be lubricated are. So in other words, where the slide runs on the frame rails should be lubricated to a degree. And when it gets dirty, you probably ought to clean it, because dirt is buildup. If it gets built up and ammunition can't get into the chamber, then of course you're going to have a jam. So carbon and residue, gunpowder residue and stuff like that, it creates friction. Friction stops things from moving. Your lubrication, whatever type that you use, I use CLP. It's the same stuff I used when I was in the military, but it works good, so I continue to use it. A long story short, the lubrication will alleviate, some of the jamming issues caused by, carbon and gunpowder residue, that kind of stuff. But also, lubrication of any kind will collect dust and dirt, and so it can also cause it. So you need two things. You need to make sure your gun is clean, and you need to make sure that it's lubricated if you want it to run correctly. There's a host of other things that can cause guns not to run correctly. Most of that's shooter error, but at the end of the day, cleanliness and lubrication will make your firearm run. Well, that's all I got for today, so stay safe, stay alert, stay alive, and we will see you later.